Hey everyone, what is going on? My name's Archer Live and welcome back to the channel. In today's Payday 2 video, we are breaking down everything new in update 234 for Payday 2, giving us the third and penultimate ever heist to come to Payday 2 potentially, because yes, we are getting that close to the end of Payday 2's life cycle now. But the Hostile Takeover Heist is out today, and with it, possibly one of the most flexible and interesting heists we've had added in a long time. So we've got that, as well as some Twitch drop cosmetics. So we're going to get into it, talk about the heist in detail, both loud and stealth, and also tell you what items you can get from the Twitch drops. And speaking of Twitch, remember that tonight at 7 PM GMT, as per usual, I'll be live at twitch.tv/RedArcherLive, playing the update live. And as always, I've got a Hostile Takeover DLC bundle code to give away. Head the link in the description to go and enter the giveaway. As usual, the entries close on Sunday at 7 PM UK time, that's GMT. So get entering. And as always, I should mention that this build was early access for me as an Overkill partner, so thank you to Overkill for the access. And again, if you see any small bugs in the gameplay, anything like that, please bear in mind it was an early build, so these things will no doubt have already been patched out. But apart from that, let's get right into this and talk exactly about what's new in update 234. Roll the intro. So there's only two real key things in this update, as I mentioned earlier, the Hostile Takeover Heist and the Twitch drops. We're going to focus on the heist because that's the big thing for me personally that I want to talk about in a lot of detail, and then after that we'll talk about the Twitch drops at the end. But as always, everything's timestamped, so you can jump between things as and when you want to. But I want to talk first off about the Hostile Takeover Heist. So this is the third heist out of the 4 chapters in the Texas Heat campaign, and as I said in the intro, I'm pretty sure this is the penultimate heist we'll ever see in Payday 2, because Payday 3's launch is starting to ramp up now. We know it's this year, we know it's getting closer. I don't see us fitting another campaign in. I don't know what Overkill's plans are, but it's one of the final heists in the game, and because of that, the stakes are high to really impress the players, I feel like, because you want to go out on a high. And I'll tell you something, if the future heists, whether it's 1, 2, however many, or anything like this, it's going to be really good. It's going to be really, really good. In Hostile Takeover, you meet a new contact who is called Blaine Keegan, a friend of Gemma McShay. He's trying to break into the oil game, but to do so, he needs to get rid of one of his opponents, Alice Rainey, who's the CEO of a company called Serra Inc. For the lore enthusiasts among you, Esteban Santiago of the Midland Ranch heist was on her payroll, so that's how it all connects together. Sarah's developing a prototype in CO2 capture tech, and basically Blaine Keegan wants to steal it to get into the oil game. So he wants to get rid of Alice Rainey, destroy her reputation, steal her prototype, as well as any evidence that proves that she was responsible in making it, and also just trash everything in her research lab. So basically, a smash, grab, and utterly destroy. But the great thing about this heist in particular is you can do any objective in any order. And I don't just mean you can unlock one door ahead of time for the next thing, I genuinely mean there are 4 key things you need to do in this heist, and you can do them in any order that you please. The objectives are to first off find 3 pieces of blackmail evidence against Alice Rainey, second off to find the prototype, thirdly steal a bunch of research documents that link to Alice Rainey manufacturing it, and fourth and final, destroying lab equipment. You can do those in any order. The game will obviously give you an order to do them in because there's always an objective on the screen, but you can ignore it and do it in whatever order. I've got a solo stealth walkthrough that'll be dropping within the next hour. I'm not sure how soon to drop it after this video goes out, maybe half an hour, maybe an hour, but it's coming very soon if you haven't already seen it. And in that, I actually do things a little bit out of order because I try and get everything done as fast as possible. And in my stealth run, I got everything done in 13 minutes, but when I did it loud, I got everything done in less than 7. So the only downside possibly you could argue for this heist is that it can be over very quickly if you know what you're doing. But in this case, I'm not using that as a criticism because I really like the fact that you can just do anything in any order. Because in the loud gameplay you'll see I've got on screen now, I'm still doing the first objective to find blackmail resources, but at the same time I've got a saw going on the case for the prototype, and then I also go down to labs to unlock the research documents and also unlock the room with the lab equipment. You can do everything in any order, and it's really cool to kind of bounce around and juggle all the objectives so that you're not just sat waiting for 3 minutes for a saw to finish, which is what you would be doing if you had to do everything bit by bit in this heist. And that's why I'm excited to stream this heist tonight, because I'm really keen on getting a team of 4 people where each person does one of the 4 key objectives and just see how fast we can get through it. It really intrigues me to see how this is all going to work out. The map also is quite interesting. While it's not the biggest map in Payday 2, it's got a lot going for it. You've got a giant building with 3 floors, several wings, as well as a huge underground lab section that you can go around and look searching for research documents and all that stuff. For a small map, it's got quite a lot to it. It's got a lot of character, a lot of life, and a lot of guards and civilians. But what I will give credit to in this heist as well is, especially from the stealth angle, while there are a lot of people around, it's a little bit easier, I feel, than other heists to get around without being spotted. In some heists, you get a lot of civvies and a lot of guards, and it makes it very awkward to move around without being spotted. You still get those moments as per usual. It's Payday 2, it's Payday 2 stealth, these things do happen, but I feel like they're more few and far between this heist, which I really like. If you know what you're doing, it's quite easy to work around them, but not in a way that you could do it with your eyes closed, more just in a way that if you know what you're doing, you've got that control, you can flow quite easily through. It's kind of like Bomb Dockyard in that sense. You get used to the patrols, you can work around them and adapt to them, and I really like that about this heist. But between stealth and loud, there actually isn't too much difference in objectives, which is the only other thing you could point out as possibly there being a criticism. You still need to get all the objectives in the exact same way. There's no real change other than you need hacking devices rather than keycards to get through certain doors, and also in loud you have to destroy a turret before leaving the heist, whereas in stealth you just go. Well, there is one other small thing in the loud heist. When you're destroying the lab equipment, you've got two ways to do it when you're playing loud, because in stealth all you can do is destroy the microscopes by beating them up or shooting them. In loud you can do that, and I did it by accident without realizing. I saw an objective come up about using C4 and I ignored it and just smashed everything, but the C4 objective is that you plant bombs on the windows of this underground lab and then they explode and flood the building. And in the process, you end up exposing wires in that area and it electrocutes the water, and every few seconds you get tased. It's a weird little thing of actions having consequences, but basically means that whatever playstyle you want to go for, you can choose it when you're loud. If you want to just destroy the equipment, be a bit of a home wrecker, do it. Or if you want to be an anarchist and just flood an entire building using explosives, you can do that too. Pick your poison. So it's really weird because I'm in this position because of the way that the objectives are so malleable and flexible that I don't feel annoyed about any of the weaknesses in the same way, because it just feels really fun and fresh. And I really hope that this, like I've said before with some previous DLCs, is a bit of a test for Payday 3. Maybe this is a model they've got for Payday 3 going into it, where they want to see what it's like if you give the players the opportunity to try any objective in any order. You make it more open and a more interesting playing field for people to work with. And I really dig that. And I hope that they keep that up for the rest of Payday 2's heist, however many that may be, 1, 2, whatever, and going into Payday 3. So overall, would I recommend the Hostile Takeover heist? Absolutely. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's one of the stronger heists I've seen recently. I know I say that every now and again, but I really like the map design of this heist. It's the best one of Texas Heat so far, definitely, and I think it shows a lot of promise. And I think it's interesting, you know, to people who want to see something a bit different. I hope that it offers that to people, because it certainly has to me. I had a real good time getting used to this, practicing the stealth, and having a real good time with it. But that's everything in the DLC. So now let's talk about the Twitch drops. And if you don't know what Twitch drops are, a very, very quick explanation is if you watch a particular content creator stream a game live on Twitch and you watch them for a certain amount of time, you unlock content you can use in the game. And for Payday 2, the way they've done it so far is you can unlock a mask, a suit, and a pair of gloves for watching a streamer for a certain period of time. And this time, we've got a new mask, new pair of gloves, and new suit. We've got the Big Cheese mask, the Good Business suit, and the Par for the Course gloves. The only image I've got is this image here, nice little PNG of all three things together. Quite like it. I think it's quite a cool little combination. I really like the suit. Kind of a bit of more vintage kind of look to it, bit of a vibe I quite like. So I think that's quite an interesting one. And also the mask with the lit cigar. Pretty cool. I think it's pretty good. But this time, from what I've been told, it's not partner exclusive. I believe you can watch any Payday 2 content creator this time around. So if you want to watch me, then thanks. Please do. Consider it. I'd appreciate it. But if you want to watch any Payday 2 streamer, basically, as long as they've got drops enabled, which 99.9% of streamers have, you'll be able to earn the content. So just keep an eye on your Twitch inventory while you're doing it. If you are unsure about it at all, hop into my stream. I can explain it in more detail. But remember, I'll be live at 7 PM UK time tonight. So hop on over and check it out, and I'll explain it to you if you need any more help with it. But that's the real gist of the update. The only other small thing I'd like to add is that the US Shield Marshals, which first appeared in the Lost in Transit heist a few months ago, are now apparently going to start spawning in other heists. Much like they did with the US Field Marshal snipers, those shields that you can now kind of stagger and get around a little bit easier than the base shields are going to start popping up in other heists outside of Texas Heat. So keep an eye out. You might see them appearing in your favorite heists very, very soon. But apart from that, that's everything new and notable in this update. Not too much, but I think the heist really speaks for itself. I don't think you need much else in this. It's a really interesting kind of experiment with Payday 2's heist system. And as I've said, I really, really liked it, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed me talking about it, because I feel like it's a really exciting one. I want to get you guys' thoughts, so please do leave your comments down below. Are you excited about the idea of a heist where you can do the objective in any order? Do you think it's messing with Payday 2's architecture a bit too much? Do you think it's a good sign for what we'll see in Payday 3? Let me know all your thoughts on that and everything else in this update down in the comments section below. And like I said, don't forget, Twitch stream at 7 PM and giveaway link are both in the description as well, so you can hang out, get a bit more content from me if you fancy it. But apart from that, thank you all very much for watching. I will see you all very, very soon with a brand new video. Until then, look after yourselves, stay safe, and I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching.